All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for Friday, April 20th of 2018. We made it through the week. It's Friday. Well, we still got one day to go, but we made it. We did it. I'm shaking off my cold, so you guys might still hear the nasally congestion in my voice. I sound like a wimp with it, but hey, you got to deal with what you got going on. In today's morning market update, we're going to talk about oil, a few earnings announcements that came out last night that could impact the market, what Donald Trump just said that influence the downside slide on oil prices and why they're dropping so feverishly this morning. And that's what we're pretty much going to cover and talk about. Today is a very important day, Friday, April 20th. And the reason it's important is that it's the third Friday of the month. And you guys know what happens on the third Friday of the month? Options expiry. So options will be expiring today for S&P 500 futures, for crude oil futures as well, for any real product, any stock option that's got options listed on a monthly basis. They expire today. So what that means is you're going to get a little bit more volatility. I got to give you guys the statistics. The option expiry days tend to be skewed more to the bullish side. So if we get a little bit of a rally today, it could be due to short sellers covering and also options getting neutralized on the book. There's going to be a lot of transactions that are not market dependent, meaning if you're a big portfolio manager and you had some puts, you're going to have to offload them. Or if you're in the money, you're going to get exercised. And it wasn't an outlook on the market. It's just you're delta hedging, which means you're bringing your portfolio back into balance. Expect some of that volatility the closer we get to the 4 o'clock bell today, especially in the afternoon. In the morning, it shouldn't be too bad. It should be a little bit more quiet for you. But yeah, expect an increase of volatility in the afternoon, 100%. This morning, we got, actually yesterday, Philip Morris, the massive cigarette company, dropped 15.6% on the cigarette sales slump. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't see that many people smoking that often anymore. And that's got to be a concern to these tobacco companies. Jesse, do you see people smoking as much?
No, not really.
I guess it just depends on the circle of people you're rolling with, right? but but yeah, like I don't see as many out there hacking cigarettes as much anymore. So it's down 15.6%. That symbol's PM. So you can look for some opportunities to be volatility today. What other earnings do we have? We have Novartis. Blackstone reported a beat in its earnings and boosted its buyback. That symbol is BX. So you're getting a little bit of positive drive up there. In Asia, Japan is down 0.1%. So let's go over the markets. In Asia, Japan's down 0.1. Hong Kong is down a whole percent. China's down 1.5%. Markets in China have been very vulnerable and weak, and they've been kind of selling off this past week while equities in the US recover a little bit. So that's an interesting trend to us to observe. But once again, this morning, we're heading into the last day of the week with Asian equities weak. That's a wordplay. Heading last day of the week with weak equities. In Europe here, London's up 0.5%, Paris is up 0.6%, and Frankfurt's up 0.1%. So the recovery starts in Europe once again. I've noticed a trend over the last couple sessions where Asia's weak, Europe strengthens, and that spills over into the US session. So use that to your knowledge and use that for some opportunities for you swing traders out there. All right, and at futures here in the United States, Dow Jones is down 0.1%, S&P futures are flat, NASDAQ's down 0.1 as well. And I think the real message here is that we're starting the Friday on a little bit of a slower note. We've had a lot of volatility through February, March, and a little bit less through April. And we're starting to get into the slower period of equities here. So there's a saying, sell in May and go away. Although I don't necessarily agree with that saying, a lot of people do. And if you look at the statistics, there's a reason as to why they do it. Because as an investor, those are the weakest months from May to about September. So plus you get vacations, the summer doldrums coming out. It's going to be slower. So expect this volatility to slow down a little bit more into the summer months, and it starts officially probably in the next couple of weeks. Especially at the beginning of May, that's when things will slow down. So we've been spoiled with this volatility, but all good things must come to an end. Crude oil is down today. Gold is down 0.4%. Bitcoin's up 3% to 85.18. We talked about Bitcoin about 3 days ago, and I mentioned that I thought it would be a really good time to try a long position. I told you it'd be a good time to try it with a small position size, and 3 days later, it's up, I think, 5-6%. So I think I still see a positive outlook for Bitcoin. Tax season in the United States, the tax deadline's officially over, and there were a lot of fears around Bitcoin, because one of the biggest things that's been going on in the finance industry recently is, are Bitcoin gains going to be taxed? Are people going to report their Bitcoin gains to the IRS? Did people who buy Bitcoin and get Lamborghini money out of it and sold it and buy a Lambo, did they set aside some money for tax? Because that is a taxable asset. So that's what the fears was in the market. How will they react? And are people going to sell Bitcoin to cash out enough money to pay their tax obligation? And since that's over, I think it's a rally that on Bitcoin that's a bit of a relief that we didn't really get hammered during tax season. So that's good news. I think Bitcoin has a little bit more upside to go. 1 p.m. today, we got Baker Hughes rig count. That's going to impact oil significantly. Baker Hughes is an indication of offshore drilling and production of oil, of crude oil from the United States. So that's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern today. All right, let's get into the comment from Donald Trump. He tweeted this morning at 6:57 a.m. He said, looks like OPEC is at it again. OPEC is the, darn, I'm going to butcher the abbreviation for this. Oil producing exporting countries. I wish I could edit that part. I don't know. OPEC stands for something. It's a bunch of countries in the Middle East that got together and designed the pack. It's close, though. You guys Google it yourself on your own time, and you'll see it. Pretty much got it. So OPEC is at it again, he says, with record amounts of oil all over the place, including the fully loaded ships at sea, which is true, by the way. Oil prices are artificially very high. And he says, no good and will not be accepted. So typically, if somebody tweeted that, it wouldn't, people would shrug it off. But when Donald Trump tweets something like that, there's usually action to follow. I think that Donald Trump's policy while he was in office was making policies 140 characters at a time. Honestly, that's going to be his legacy. And I don't know what's in his powers and what he's thinking of doing, but the oil market's nervous. After having a record running up to 2014 high in oil or 2014 level, the market's selling off a little bit of those gains just to take profit. So on this drop of oil, you don't have to panic and say the world's over, oil's going back down to 20 bucks a barrel. Just know that some of the people that got on board the long train on oil saw this news and said, well, I don't have to hold on to this. I made some money. I'm going to cash out and take profit. So this is a profit-taking sell-off, but it could turn into something bigger if Donald Trump makes a move here. So today what you got to watch for is options expiry. If you have stock options, be cognizant, check your portfolio. You don't want to be getting assigned on positions left, right, and center. So you got OPEX to deal with. There's going to be some volatility in the afternoon. You also have crude oil is going to be very volatile. I'm sure Donald Trump will tweet more throughout the day. So definitely watch crude very actively. And remember, equities are skewed to the upside on options expiry Friday. So look for some opportunity to get long. And if the market's weak, don't continue to buy it. Turn around and sell the darn thing. Don't make life hard for yourself. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoy your Friday. We're going to go here and do some work. We got a visitor in the office. We got a packed house today. It's Jesse's birthday. Jesse, you want to say hi? Say hi, Jesse.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good luck trading today. Happy Friday.
That's Jesse and Victoria over here. Yeah, so we're going to go out there and make some money today and then celebrate Jesse's birthday. And we're going to videotape it all, every single moment, for incriminating evidence. All right, YouTube, take care. I'll see you guys tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Monday morning at 9 a.m. We got 2 videos coming out. The one tomorrow is really powerful. I'm going to share one trick with you on how to turn around your trading performance on a psychological level. It's not a strategy. It's not a system, because none of that crap works. You are the strategy and system. All right. I'll see you guys on Monday. 2 videos coming out this weekend at 1 p.m., one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Would really appreciate if you guys got a chance to watch them, like them, comment on them. We'd love to hear from you what you want to learn about next. All right, Trade Pros, manage your risk. Trade like a Trade Pro. See you later. Goodbye. Ugh. Thanks, man. All right, YouTube, we got to cut you off. I'm sorry. I'm talking to YouTube. They're still on. Goodbye, guys. I'm going to miss you. Have a good weekend.